So after watching the first video, you will have enough skills to be able to complete a pot holder or like a little coaster such as this. So how I made this, I did 12 chain stitches and then 12 single crochet rows. So I can now teach you how to make this. So what we're going to do is we're going to slip knot, cross, and then push the yarn through, pulling the loop and the tail, just like so. Remember, if you need to go slower, you can rewind the video and watch from this video or the previous video. So, chaining, pull the yarn through the loop, just like so. And remember, we need 12 chains. So, continue like this until you have 12 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, and then we need to do another chain, which would be 13, so that one is our chain 1 that we usually do after each row. So then skipping the first chain and going into the second, in between this part and this part of the V, and then pulling yarn up and through, and then pulling over for a slip stitch, or single crochet. And then you continue to go across your chain stitches until you finish the row. So I'm just going to speed up a little bit so that we can get through the row and we can move on to the second row. Remember, if you need to go slower, you can pause the video. Okay, so then we're going to turn our work and we're going to chain 1, just like so, and then going through both loops, just like that, and pulling up and pulling through 2. And we're going to continue this until you finished the row. So some tips and tricks in order to do this is to make sure that you use yarn that isn't super splitty, where the fibers don't get stuck around your hook, and to use a crochet hook that feels most comfortable in your hand and is also the right size. I usually go down a crochet hook so that my stitches are tighter, but you probably want to go up a hook size just so your stitches can be a little bit looser since it's probably your first time crocheting. Okay, so next row, chain 1, and then continue with the single crochets across the row. Other supplies that you need for this, other than your yarn and your crochet hook, are a yarn needle so that you can sew your ends into your project so that they're not sticking out and you have a nice finished project, and also some scissors so that you can cut off the yarn in order to be able to use your project. So for me, this coaster took about around 5 to 10 minutes just because I'm more of an experienced crocheter, but don't feel worried if your project takes a lot longer. It took me a long time to learn how to crochet, so don't be discouraged. Okay, so right now we have 1, 2, 3, 4 rows, and we need to have 8 more rows in order to have a finished square coaster of 12 stitches by 12 rows. And once you have your finished piece, such as this, you just want to take your yarn needle and you want to weave it in between the stitches of your project, and then the tails will go away and you'll have your finished square coaster. I hope you enjoyed and I hope you learned a lot. Remember to watch the last video that I made so that you can learn the stitches and the slip knot easier than this pattern, which went a little bit faster. Thank you.